will come to you. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness. So when Paul was saying, intend so that you may be able to discern what is best, how many of us, and Colton and I just talked about this the other day, how many of us have a problem with trying to figure out what is the best thing to do in a situation? Well, we all do. We all do. Because there's us, and then there's the right thing. And then there's our way, and then there's his way. And then there's our control, and then there's his control. But Paul's very specific in saying that if you'll do this, then you'll be able to discern what's right and wrong. So, if I were to ask you the question, how do I know what is best, what would you tell me? How do I know? How do I know what is best? I know what Scripture says, but how do I know what the best route to do is? Or the best route to go? Or the best prayer to pray? Or the best words to speak? How do I know? You want some theology right now? You ready? Deep. You ready? On the edge of your seat. The key to knowing what is best? 2 words. Know God. The key to knowing what is best is to know God. Simple, complicated. Because why do we come here? Because food was good. Conversation probably lasts longer than probably what it should. Sometimes, right? But there's a buzz, you know why? Because there's family here. And if you come and you sit down and there's no noise going on, then this is a dead place. But because we struggle to get people to start when we should, that's a good thing. So food's good, conversation's good, music's rocking. But the essence of why you come, and my prayer is not to hear me speak, but to hear him speak. Because you want to know God better. You want to know God. Right? Will you kind of agree? So, 3 things, and then I'm going to show you how this kind of all fits together in a real life example. How do I know God? First of all, you seek godly counsel. Now, there's a risk there. There's a risk. Let me read Proverbs to you real quick first. Proverbs says, 15:22, plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many counselors bring success. What's the risk when we seek godly counsel? Come on, it ain't hard. Why do we not seek out godly counsel? Because we don't want to know. Why else?
We want to do it our way.
Thank you very much.
I have to do something.
Right. They may tell me something based on Scripture that I don't want to hear. So that's why we don't branch out when we have something in front of us to seek godly counsel. We'd rather go to somebody else that's going to tell us what we want to hear and fuel our fire. Case in point, 22 years ago for this one. I didn't seek godly counsel, could have cared less about godly counsel. I wanted the one who didn't necessarily like Carrie to speak words and justify why I was doing what I'm doing. How many of us do that sometimes? Amen. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We all do it. But he can express his love to each one of us in an infinite number of ways. And speaking through the wisdom of fellow believers, that's just one of those ways. Okay? Number 2, pray. Pray. If I were to ask you now that we're 4 weeks into this whole pray thing, has your prayer life changed? Could you honestly tell me yes and for the better? Man, I hope so. Man, I hope so. Because I'm telling you now, if you do nothing else but stay on your knees and pray, then you are miles ahead of half the Christians. Miles ahead. Because remember, it's not necessarily a sit down, up, down, like this. It's a constant conversation with God. Now, women, wives, if you're anything like Carrie, when I walk in the door, and my kids too, probably to a point where it drives me crazy, she said the same thing for 25 years. Anything exciting happened to you today? Right?